The name Harry in Hebrew only has one R, or one resh. Each of the letters has a particular meaning. Hey means behold, Aleph means leader, Resh means head, and Yod means hand. When we go to the spelling of each of those words, the spelling for behold, the spelling for leader, head, and hand, we have the following Hebrew words: Hineh, Nagid, Rosh, and Yad. The Gematria for each of those Hebrew words using standard Hebrew Gematria is as follows: 60, 67, 501, and 14. The total of those four letters is 642. The Gematria for the Hebrew word Hagal, which means the nation, is 24. 642 plus 24 equals 666. Notice that the Hebrew word for leader, which is Nagid, does not begin with an Aleph, but rather with a Nun. The first letters of each of those Hebrew words is therefore Hey, Nun, Resh, and Yod. This just so happens to be the spelling for Henry in Hebrew. The Hebrew word Nagid, which begins with a Nun and means leader, is the same word used in Daniel chapter 9 verse 26 for the word prince. Daniel 9 verse 26 says this: And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. The people of the prince is referring to the Romans, who occupied Britain until 410 AD. The first use of the word nation is in Genesis chapter 10 verse 5 in regards to the table of the nations. The use of the nation singular as opposed to the nations plural is highlighted in Queen Elizabeth's address to the United Nations on the 6th of July 2010, when on 3 occasions she referred to the United Nations intentionally as the United Nation.
These subtle yet significant changes in people's approach to leadership and power might have foreshadowed failure and demise. Instead, the United Nation has grown and prospered by responding and adapting to those shifts. Today, I offer you the same message. For over 6 decades, the United Nation has helped to shape the international response to global dangers. In my lifetime, the United Nation has moved from being a high-minded aspiration to being a real force for common good.